Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year, and frankly, some of you are too, which is awesome. I love hanging out with you guys. Matter of fact, I was juggling a lot this morning, and yeah, I do have all 12 questions, I'm afraid. And it's like, I want to talk to somebody. I want to. My friends were, busy and what have you, and it was like, I want to go talk to good people I like. So it's like I want to get on as soon as I can. So anyway, if you're watching this on replay, hello, and you can go down into the description box. All the questions are listed there, and they're time stamped, so you can just go into exactly what you're interested in, and you don't have to listen to me jibber jab. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. And that's an ongoing thing. We have epic moderators. Thank you. All right. And the kind of theme for today, I don't know if I quite pulled it off, but I'm doing a roses and spider webs thing. These sort of Art Nouveau spider webs. How cool are those? So I just wanted to share. So there we go. And then these are like an ombre. So they're fun. The lighting's very weird today. I move this out of the way, and then it clears. All right, I'll try to move it out of the way again. No, it's in the way. It's too visible. There, I'll just leave it there for now. Okay. Yes, Art Deco is awesome. But anyway. Lots to read on today. So let's just jump in. Okay, I'm a little concerned. B. Smith had a question which ramps right into what I'm wondering. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I've got my questions for today. It's first come, first served. They're down in the description box. But I'm here 365 days of the year. Seriously. Every weekend, weekday, holiday, your birthday, my birthday, I'm here. So your questions are very important to me. Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't feel like using. Hang on. I don't know. I feel like maybe I should use the all right, white. Okay, fine. I'll get the Aquarius Tarot. It's like I could use something other than that. No, apparently not. I went to reach for a deck, and I felt like use the Aquarius Tarot. Well, I just, I've got other stuff. I have to go look for it. I have to go grab it out of the closet, and it was like nothing else felt right. So we're using the Aquarian Tarot. Link is in the description box. So we're using this today. We're going the whole Art Deco. All right. Gary's is finally back from an internet upgrade. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. There's a kitty right here. He's snoozing. But he's kind of hidden, so. Okay. Graphics could permanently stay on your walls. Too pretty. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Okay. 4:45. We're starting at 4:45. We have so much ground to cover. All right, here's what's going on. B. Smith was asking, will the $1 trillion coin idea, will they do that and sort out both the would it sort out both the debt ceiling and the get the obstructionist Republicans out? Well, we can look at the $1 trillion coin, and we can do that in a minute. But what's really perked up my ear today was, oh geez, them putting off raising the debt ceiling until well, it was for a certain amount. It wasn't until a date, but the amount that McConnell was proposing would set up the economy to continue until about December 3rd. Well, if they put it off until early December, it's about 2 months from now. What if they were to put it off for another 2 months or so? So I am concerned if that how big is the debt ceiling, budget, all of that? How is that going to play in on the Pluto return? And the Pluto return, because that's February 20th. February 20th of next year is not that far off. And that's when Pluto returns to where it was in the U.S. chart when the country was founded. And if you're wondering, well, when exactly was the U.S. founded? I mean, how do you work that out? Well, you pick a likely date, and in this case, it turns out if you pick a likely date and time, and that's important, and then over the decades, centuries, it's called well, you're proving, if you don't have a birth time at all and you're trying to figure it out, you do what's called rectifying, which is where you look at examples of important things that happened in someone or something's life or existence, and you go back and see, did something major happen to this chart on that date? So, for example, when 9/11 happened, bless, and all those who suffer from it, Pluto hit the United States ascendant, which is how the U.S. presents itself. So basically, they popped us right in the eye. That's what they did. So Pluto is returning to where it was in its sign. And for anybody who doesn't know, a return, where a planet returns to its original place in a chart, it's like when you have your birthday. You have the place where your sun is in your chart. I know I've repeated this before, but you have where your sun is in your chart, and then over the course of the year, the sun goes around, and then it comes right back to that exact day. And your sun is your sense of self. And what do we do on your birthday? We celebrate yourself. It's my birthday. It's like extra self-based stuff. Cake. Let's celebrate me. It's all about me. When the moon moves so quickly. When Mars returns to where Mars is in your chart, you may feel a little more oomph, a little more ability to move forward, to get things done, because it takes the Mars energy you have and it just magnifies it. Well, Pluto's all about power and digging underneath, and it's a very intense emotional. It rules Scorpio, the emotional fixed sign. Very intense energy and very much about power. And the USSR, their chart, they were Scorpio. Authoritarianism. It may have even started out. I've read a lot of Russian history, but let's give people the benefit of the doubt and say that it started out with them wishing well, wanting to take care of people, caring, being emotional in a caring place, but it's this super fixed emotion that doesn't, and Pluto does not compromise. So I'm concerned as Pluto returns to where Pluto was in the US chart when the country was founded, that we're already getting all this extra Pluto energy, and it's going to come to a head when that what's called a conjunction, when they're in the same place on February 20th, 2022. So between here and there, I'm going to be Holly Coleman has a very good point. Don't forget, America's natal Pluto, so where Pluto was when the nation was founded, is in the second house, that second wedge, sort of between, between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock on a dial, because there are 12 houses, so 12 wedges. So don't forget, America's natal Pluto is in the second house. The debt has to be resolved one way or the other. Either the politicians pay the piper or Pluto will do it for them. Oh, yes. Yes. So Doxy Mom saying Trump had a meltdown was announced that Mitch was going along with an extension. He wants them to use leverage to boost him back into power, please. Sit your orange self down. Okay. So I want to know about, because this debt ceiling fight is just been extended, they punted, as you guys said, to somewhere around December 3rd. We might get there sooner. But is the debt ceiling going to become a part of the Pluto return, and anything awful there? Debt ceiling, Pluto return. Pluto ruled Scorpio, which is in the 8th house, which is the wedge between like 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And that's the second house down here between 7 and 8. That's the house of your money. The 8th house is the house of other people's money and taxes. So, all right, it was, there's no happy medium with this lighting today. There's no happy medium with this lighting today. We'll just do this. The Hanged Man. So it's suspension. All right, that's a situation we're in now. Oh, Kathy Anderson, it will affect my VA benefits. Oh, no. Yes, it will do so many bad things, and do not mess with veterans benefits. I will. One of these days I am on camera. I'm just going to just burst into flames. And yes. All right. So Pluto, the national debt and the Pluto return. All right. 6 of Swords. Devil. All right. Okay. Ace of Cups. That's good. Page of Cups. That's naive, but okay. 2 of Swords. All right, so they're gonna work something out. They're going to make a decision. They're going to work something out. They're going to make a decision. Okay. I'm going to take my legislative bat and ball and go home, which is really bad. But in the center, start of something new, and this is based on Democratic energy. A little naive, but gets the job done. Decision is made. Legal decision is made. Okay. Oof. I mean, it's possible, whatever the worst of the Pluto return is, because it doesn't have to be exact. Can be close, and we're close. Trust me, it takes 248 years for Pluto to go around the sun once. So, and there's something called, and I know these terms are very unfamiliar, but it doesn't have to be exact. It can be in the sky. It can be within a few degrees of being exact, and have such a profound effect that, it's like, wow. When you get to when it's exact, and it's like, we had the worst of it a little while ago, but because Pluto takes so very, very long to go around, we've been dealing with the effects of this Pluto return for quite a while. So, all right. Anything more on the debt ceiling? And then we'll ask specifically about the coin. Moon. Oh yeah, it's high anxiety. Don't make me start singing Mel Brooks songs. High anxiety. That's what this is. 9 of Wands. On the defensive. Queen of Cups. Yeah, the far right trying to make some kind of hash, but their heart's not in it. They're feeling kind of beaten up. They end up on the defensive. Democrats sort it out. Okay. If I have time, I'll read more on the Pluto return, but I did look at it yesterday. Anyway. Yeah, they say that McConnell blinked. The market tanked is what happened. And he is 100% in favor of and beholden to big corporations and these big donors. And they said, excuse you. And he went, oh, okay. That's what this is about. So he's trying to make the best of it. Linda says, Pluto returned last time. Is this a civil war? No, we have not had this is our first Pluto return. Civil war. Right off the top of my head, I cannot. There might have been a square. There was a square. Was it a Pluto-Uranus square? Something. I'd have to look it up. But no, this is our first Pluto return. As Celia, I quoted her the other day. Celia, I don't have it handy. There was a woman, and she described Pluto as the annihilator of falsehood. So that's good. We'll see. Okay. We'll just move on to 1830, and specifically B's question. B Smith asking about the $1 trillion coin. Sorry. And that says, I think it was 255 years ago. Well, it was 248 years ago. Because that's how long it takes Pluto to go around the sun once. So, and it's returning to where it was when the country was founded. So 248 years. And it's not exact. You can look up Wikipedia exactly what it is, but it goes through signs Pluto goes through signs at different rates, though. It doesn't stay. Normally the planets will stay in, it's going to be in Aquarius for this many years, and then it's going to be in Pisces for this many years, and it's the same number of years it's going to be in each sign. Not Pluto, because it's not only is it not on the main plane of the solar system, it's at an angle, but it doesn't have a circular orbit. It's more like an oval, elliptic. It's more like an oval. So from where we are, it stays in these signs on the side here for a really long time, and then it zips through signs at the narrow part, and then longer. And when it was zipping through the short part, apparently that was the 20th century, which might explain a whole lot of upheaval. Anyway. Okay, so $1 trillion coin at 20. Let's just say 2050. All right, so it's $1 trillion coin. Did you see Colbert's bit about the $1 trillion coin? It's like, Uncle Joe's got a magic trick. What's that behind your ear? It's $1 trillion coin. Oh, everything is on the table. Nothing has been removed. Like Uncle Joe is going to take care of this one way or the other. The U.S. is not going to default if he has anything to say about it. 6 of Cups. Uncle Joe is going to take care of us. 5 of Wands. So the people on the, they're trying to, oh no, it's the worst spending ever. We're becoming a communist state. It's socialism. It's as opposed to your corporate socialism, which is what we have now. The plan and the Emperor. Well, their plan is just keep beating up on Biden, and based on approval ratings right now, they're being pretty successful. Biden's approval rating right now is stinky. So I'm not worried about that, but the $1 trillion coin, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. Nothing was in the cards. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Thank you. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. We don't have the money. 9 of Swords, big legal worry. Ace of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. The debt's massive. The debt is absolutely massive. How heavy will $1 trillion coin be? I don't know. Probably it doesn't have to physically be worth $1 trillion. But the US Mint basically has the right. There are rules on them trying to create gold or silver or copper coins, things like that, but there's no limit on platinum. So they have the right to mint a single coin made of platinum of any size that they can deem of any denomination. So, hello, Kate. So the debt's awful, but the truth. This doesn't feel like the coin. This feels like the Republicans posturing. There are those of us who love America, and there are those of us who love money. Neither one wants to see a debt default, so that's what I'm getting there for now. Right. Dave says it will be platinum because it doesn't have a set value. It can be anything you say it is. Right. Yeah. All right. Clinton had a surplus. Yes. But there's questions about the the internet bubble that blew up so big, that was so big in the 90s, that was part of that. But you guys would probably know better than I would. So Joanne is asking 2530. And thank you for being here. So enjoy spending time with you. Did McConnell fold or did he delay? I don't trust him one bit. Joanne, fist bump. I'm with you. So, McConnell, the Grim Reaper with the claw. By the way, anyone who isn't subscribed to Adrian at Red Lentil Healing, last night, Johnny, Jen, Lynn, and Becca were on Adrian's channel, Red Lentil Healing, starting at about, I don't know, 26 minutes something. And then Johnny really got going at about 32 minutes. It was the funniest thing. And the only thing I'll tell you about it, the topic, it had to do with carrying money in your underclothes. It was hysterical. Thank you, Doxima. Ellen saw it. That was unbelievably funny. Yeah, that was hysterical. Right on 32 when Johnny got going. That was funny. Linda Kingsley has a question. So the last time was in it's actually 1776. Marby, thank you, Marby. Thank you. This is worth looking at. Here, hang on. Okay. So about Pluto, Linda's saying, so the last time was it was 1776. In that area over the region, we were not a country yet, but we were rebelling against the British Empire. Did Pluto energy bring on the Revolutionary War? It helped. But it's, and actually to finish what I was saying earlier, the country was founded, I always found this really interesting. It was founded in Philadelphia on the day the Declaration of Independence was signed by the last person. And rectifying the chart, going back and looking at everything that has happened in the country and figuring out exactly when during the day it makes sense. It was exactly at 5:10 p.m. So in theory, either the last signature went on, or a gavel was hit somewhere, or someone said it's done. But at 5:10 p.m. on July 4th, 1776 is when the U.S. was born. Mazel tov. So, all right. Okay. So, now we're at 29. McConnell. Okay, did he fold or did he delay? Well, he's delaying. And he specifically said an amount, not a date. I swear it feels like that man is rotting from the inside, and I don't wish that on anybody. Man. Holly says adjust for daylight savings time. It didn't exist then. They've done all that. Yeah. If when you go to astrology, that's a good point. But when you go to credible astrology websites, and you can even there, in most of them, there will actually be a listing of important days and dates and people, and they've done the math. So anyway, to get there just a little bit. The light is just being really weird today. I don't know who the last signer was. And it may not be when the person signed, but McConnell, 8 of Wands. He's definitely getting a hard push from the far right that he should use this as leverage. And he's like, donors, stock market, slow your roll. 10 of Wands. Yes, Ellen. 10 of Wands is a burden. There's the star. 9 of Cups. He feels like he's being magnanimous. Did you notice that when he was talking about this on the Senate floor, he was saying, I propose this idea, my proposal, basically my answer to this mess. I came up with the answer. I mean, the way he phrased it was just very much, there was this huge mess. I solved it. I stepped in and solved it. I mean, I swear sometimes he sounds like Severus Snape. Yes, I solved it. Yeeps. So, he's delaying. He's delaying. He's spinning it to his advantage. What about in the future, McConnell? What are you gonna do about the debt ceiling? For what it's worth, we're in energy that's so dim and dark that any hint of anything good, I'm just like, okay. And it stands out, in the absolute darkness, even the tiniest light really stands out. Sorry about the sirens. And what's standing out is I got distracted, and now I don't know. It'll come back to me. What's McConnell going to do about the debt? Oh, he's willing to fight. He is willing to fight back against the far right. He hates Trump. So, yes, he's been complicit and awful. And I'm telling you, this is the tiniest little spark in a really dark place. But Teresa says that Sub Severus was a hero. Oh, I know. But he's the far right is pushing him to bigger and bigger extremes, and he's just like, turtles don't like being pushed. And I'm not saying that I don't like making fun of what people look like, but he seems to kind of have embraced the idea that he's just moving so slowly and you can't do anything to him. And I don't know. Yes, Labrat. Tony from Shining Hawk Healing was there too. Yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot. Shining Hawk Healing. She's great. All right, here's the world. If the U.S. defaulted on their debt, it would have shockwaves all around the world. That's not the shot heard around the world that we want. King of the far right. That would be Trump. 3 of Swords. Heartache. High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles. Well, he's going to keep things secret. It feels like he will eventually raise the debt ceiling, but he wants big concessions. He wants bigly concessions. And he's trying to trip up Trump. Like stay out of my area, my Senate. Kristen from Uncover the News says, breaking news, Forbes is saying that Trump's debt now totals an estimated $1.3 billion. But in real estate, quite often they're leveraged to the hilt. Is that debt just his debt, or is it just money he owes on buildings and he could turn the buildings over? How much is his personal debt? Do we know? So okay. We are at 36. It says, can you say repossession? Okay. All right, so I see what's going on here. So basically, we need to read on Jeff Clark. And you may be thinking, who the heck is Jeff Clark? And I've followed a lot of these links, these great links that Kristen from Cover the News has been sending. So basically, Jeff Clark. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Here, let me share. I don't know if you guys like when I actually share the information, but I like to. It's not just me, just Jeff Clark. Here we go. Okay. So basically, there's a strong possibility of political corruption crimes committed by former Trump Assistant Attorney General Jeffrey Bossert Clark and Mark Meadows and Trump. Following basically Barr's resignation on December 23rd, it fell on Acting Attorney General Rosen to resist Trump's entreaty to just say the election was corrupt. Okay. Rosen fulfilled his oath and said no. When Rosen objected Trump's move, the president openly threatened to replace DOJ leadership. He named who he had in mind to take Rosen's job, then Assistant Attorney General Clark. And Clark was secretly backdooring Rosen, communicating directly with Trump. So, and it goes beyond that to just him, being uppity. In late December, Clark drafted a letter asking Georgia legislators to void the state's vote for President Biden, and he pressed Rosen to sign it. And these actions may have run afoul of the Political Coercion Act. So we're asking, Jeffrey Clark, are you going to be in legal trouble? Assistant, let me just grab this copy. All right. Okay, it's saying my description's too long. Hang on. Okay. got that working again. So here we are at Assistant Attorney General Jeffrey Clark. We'll get rid of the Bosert. Just causes confusion because of Bobert. Stick with this. Okay. So that's the situation. Is Jeffrey Clark, former Assistant Attorney General Jeffrey Clark. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. I don't know what to do about the lighting. It gets light, it gets dark, it gets light, it gets dark. I don't get it. Really? So someone has, hello, DOJ. DOJ, please report to former Assistant Attorney General Jeffrey Clark. DOJ, please report to Jeffrey Clark and arrest him. Investigate him at least. Thank you. Are they going to come for you, Jeffrey Clark? Page of Pentacles. Most people have never heard of this guy. High Priestess, secrets. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, big push. Moon, chaos. Well, this is telling me, did he do these things? And I'm getting a big old, yeah. Okay. So is this law is actually going to be enforced? Okay, so if he apparently did it, allegedly, then is he going to face consequences? He's a hermit. Okay. Emperor. Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Okay, being legally hemmed in. For what it's worth, that can be facing some kind of sanctions or problems or something. He was just being a loyal Republican, loyal to the Emperor. Seek help, Trump. Seek help. There's something there. He is gonna be in trouble. Who they are gonna I have trouble believing it, and you know I don't like when things sound too good to be true. But the January 6th committee, the energy I consistently get on it is strong, and they are not messing around. And it's glorious. Yep. Holly Coleman has information. Jeffrey Clark, April 17th, 67. Aries, Sun, Cancer, Moon, no known birth time. Mercury and Saturn are conjunct in Aries. Wow. So he's a doer. Aries, Sun, Aries, Mercury, Aries, Saturn, Cancer, Moon. Well, that can't be immensely comfortable, but maybe he's good to his family at home. Yeeps. Okay. Yeah, Lindy, it's always a guy in the background you need to keep an eye on. Yep. All right. At 44:30. Where are we? Oh. On the calendar, I'm going to have to start talking more about the calendar. Yesterday, I forgot to mention, of course, there was a new moon. Not of course, but there was a new moon in Libra. Yesterday morning. Yesterday afternoon, I heard somebody say something about they thought Saturn was going direct yesterday. Oh, nay. Pluto went direct yesterday. So all that Plutonic energy is starting to move forward again. So we'll see what happens. Saturn goes direct on Sunday. And then it's just over a week later, we get Jupiter and finally Mercury. So Today is the 7th. This morning, Venus went into Sagittarius. So excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Sorry. Doxy Mom says that explains the wonky energy yesterday. Ah, okay. Well, today Venus goes into Sagittarius. Venus is what and how we love. Sagittarius has to do with travel and it has to do with travel and our ascent. The U.S. ascendant is in Sagittarius. So, thank you guys. So we've got that. Not that big a deal. But today also this evening. Actually, Eastern time, it's at midnight. The Chicago time, Central time, it's at 11 p.m. tonight. The sun will be exactly conjunct Mars. So if you're trying to go to sleep tonight and it just feels like there's this power energy, like go, 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 go. That's what that is, just so you know. So I find that an ice pack can help me sleep sometimes if I'm having trouble sleeping. Just cool my body down. I find it helps me sleep. Just a thought. Wrap it in a towel. Get a little ice pack. Wrap it in a towel. I put it right on my stomach, or if I get really, really overheated, I'll actually hold it against my major arteries and whatnot here. So whatever works for you. Michael Grant says, to sleep, perchance to dream. Yes. Shakespeare is always welcome. All right, so, and we're still in Mercury retrograde. So where are we? We're at 4730. Yes. There are 4 Trump officials who are supposed to respond to their subpoenas today. Today is the deadline for 4 top Trump officials to respond to subpoenas from the January 6th Select Committee and turn over emails, call records, and other documents related to the Capitol attack. So, Kate Price says, an ice pack on my forehead helps calm my racing mind sometimes. Definitely helps. But you should maybe just try it once, just gently, just for just a little while. Well, actually, because it'll cool down the actual blood going into the center of your brain too, and the rest of your body. So, just a thought. All right. Michael says the stimulus plan needs to provide biofeedback tanks for sleepless Venus transits. Mandy responded, Michael Grant, what a romantic you are. I love you guys. Carotids. Carotids. Cheryl, thank you. All right. I'll answer this question. I will. Hopefully it won't be at 11 o'clock tonight. I'll have plenty of get up and go at 11 o'clock tonight when the sun is conjunct Mars. And she was still on trying to answer questions. I hope I'm not on at 11 o'clock tonight, because that means something big's happened. This is something good. Will the 4 Trump officials respond to their subpoenas? How's this going to go? I'm feeling a little excited about this. Dave says, use the extra energy for healing. Mars doesn't have to be harmful. Oh no, Mars does not have to be harmful. Jen says, if you can't sleep, come on live tonight to me. Maybe I will. 10 of Swords. Oh boy. Turning over real records, huh? Oh, I am feeling such... How do I not have to do this? How do I not have to do this? How about I give them part of it? How about Because they think that the select committee, some of these boneheads are thinking that well, they can hide things and it'll be fine. They don't realize, like, the select committee is getting records from the phone companies and your emails, your phone. They're asking you for evidence to corroborate, to show whether you're willing to cooperate or not. Give them the stuff, unless you're stupid. But you tried to overthrow democracy, so I don't have high hopes for you. Card matches the flowers. Oh, cool. Yes, so much. There's a lot. And it's a lot to gather together. So this is any time autumn notifications are working good. Oh, good. They shredded a whole bunch, says Linda. They can try to shred what they want, but all right, 7 of Cups. This is both what Democrats not admitting what they already have, but this could also be trying to pull a fast one. This is big legal work. These people, see, this is the thing, and I'm naive. That must be it. I'm just naive because I've watched these people get away with so much for so long and face no consequences that the level of fear I'm feeling here off of these people, it's like, really? But there's real deep, like, kind of fear. Wheel of Fortune. This is not good for them. High Priestess. Oh, you morons. Gonna try to keep some secrets, are you? Yes, and we'll take things to court, and we're going to keep our secrets, and we're not going to play your game, and we're not going to blah, 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 blah. Tick, tock, tick, tock. So I would be surprised if we don't hear about some kind of court ruling or one of them going to court before the end of the day, because they're going to try to keep their secrets and put things off and take actions and play dangerous games, win dangerous prizes. I says, I wonder who our Robespierre is. See, I can't even say it right. Right. I started talking about the French Revolution, and I've got that Scottish accent because I told you about my teacher who was from Scotland. So now it's Marie Antoinette, Robespierre, King Louis. That's whenever I get this really awful, terrible Scottish accent whenever I start talking about the French Revolution. Oh boy. Okay. 54. 54. Kristen wanted to know, will Trump use the health card to get out of court cases, or is he too much of a narcissist? And it's a perfectly fair question because he does stuff like this. Mandy, what a fun memory you have. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to remember her name. I can't remember. It's sad. The only name I remember of my teachers was the one guy who I absolutely despised, who insulted Americans. Who, after my father gave me a Benadryl because I had a bad cold, mom wasn't even in the country at that point. Dad gave me a Benadryl, dropped me off at school, and then I sort of fell asleep I was kind of groggy in class, and then I fell asleep in study hall. And he pulled me into a room and was asking me what drugs I was on, and because Americans, he said Americans are, you're American, you take drugs and it's like, he's like, where did you get it? My father gave it to me. Ooh, that quieted him right up. I remember his name. Why do I tell you all this stuff? You're not here for that. 5530. Trump used a health card to get out of court cases. Trump. Oh, he's got his, he's back in fighting mode. Seven of Cups. Just lying. Just trying to stir things up. Da 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 da. That's Trump. Yeah. Knight of Cups. Six of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Hangman. 5 of Cups. Try to get him to talk. Goodness gracious. This is the 10, isn't it? Yes, dynasty. The family has no money. Family has no money. Business suspended. People trying to get more information. These knights trying to get more information, get more out of him. They're not entirely disappointed, but they're partially disappointed. Because he's so focused on all of this and ranting and railing about this at just completely inappropriate times. I've seen him. I've seen the deposition where he's just pretending to be this. I just forgot my glasses. I'm sorry, I can't. I forgot my glasses. I can't read that. He's pretending to be this. But he's not really pretending to be sick or pretending to be. Yeah, I don't know that he could go full on, like trying to pull a Manafort and try to roll in there in a wheelchair and pretend to be all. I don't think he could go that far. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But I think he's going to be bigly distracted. Very upset. So, oh boy. I'm going to finish telling that story because I'm shuffling. So, my dad was out of town, but my mom was home, and it was parent-teacher conference night, and she went and she came home. When she came home, I remember I was sitting on the stairs because I heard her pull up, and I came down. I sat down on the stairs, waited for her to come in. My mother walks in the house. She is furious, and I'm like, "Oh crap! I'm in so much trouble. What happened? What did I do?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" That teacher, when she got up, she stood in line to talk to this guy. When she got to the front, he was railing about how he has seen no improvement in me. And it was so bad that my other English teacher actually stopped the parent he was talking to lean over to say, I've seen improvement. I've seen a lot of improvement. And he was just railing and railing. And this guy finished by saying, but what would you expect from Americans? She was mad. She was, and part of me is like, okay, not at me. Okay. You're 16, 17 years old. You're living at home. Mom walks in really mad. It's like, and it's not at you. It's like a cooling breeze off of the ocean. Wow. Man, that was the thing. Anyway, 101. Okay, John Eastman. Mandy had a question about John Eastman. Is a subpoena coming for the architect of the January 6th uprising, aka John Eastman? So, see, like I told you, I pulled up all the information. Wait, that was about Clark. John Eastman, basically, I can't find it right offhand, but John Eastman's the guy who wrote that 6-point memo on how Trump could actually stay on in office and what needed to be done, and how Pence just needed to say there were some questions about electors. He wouldn't not just don't accept the Arizona electors. We'll get other electors in there. Blah blah blah. He's the 6-point memo guy. Yeah. Oh, there's some really good teachers out there. Really good teachers out there, and there are some who are just the worst. All right, John Eastman, writer of the 6-point memo. Are you going to get subpoenaed? Feels like it. I think I'm suddenly getting that the select committee, they are going to call most of the people we would expect. There will be a couple of holdouts where they will wrap up hearings to create their final report, and we'll be like, but there are not that many. I think they're going to get the bulk that we would expect. 5 of Swords, insult to injury. Democracy, schmocracy. Mandy, aka Traitor. Yes. Linda Kingsley says, is he charged with treason for helping this mess? As he should be. 9 of Cups. 10 of Cups. 8 of Wands. Devil card, and the Queen of Swords. Oh boy, this was his plan. This feels like his plan, and there were other plans too. But that committee, they are awash in evidence that it feels like it's very well organized. They aren't just like buried under stuff and they'll never find their way out. It feels like, oh no, they can find stuff. Yep. This is what gets him in trouble. It's his plan. And law enforcement comes after lawmakers, whatever it is, they come after this attempt to destroy our democracy. This committee, the select committee, not playing. But there might be some other. There might be some referrals. There might be other things, not just the select committee. This is not good for him. Good. Holly Coleman has this information. John Eastman, April 21st, 1960. Okay, so it's a Taurus sun, Pisces moon, no known birth time. Moon and Mercury conjunct in Pisces. So his communications are linked to his emotions. Okay. Taurus sun is very practical. Pisces. Well, that's the thing about Pisces. Well, Taurus is just practical. The 6-point memo of how to do it. Pisces rules the 12th house. It can be anything immaterial, like art, spirituality, but the 12th house of Pisces also rules institutions. And if you get like a religious dictatorship or religious authoritarianism, look at the 12th house and look at Pisces gone wrong. Every sign has good and bad sides. So, yeah. Okay, 106:10. Oh, this is good news. Just write down the time. 106:10. Electric Storm had a question. Damian Williams is the new state attorney for the Southern District of New York. How will he do? Should Rudy be afraid? For the first time in 232 years, a Black prosecutor leads a storied office. Damian Williams, an unassuming figure with stellar credentials, is now the most powerful federal law enforcement official in Manhattan. Congratulations. Oh, thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Jane. Angie's dad. Eastman has no known birth time, hatched from an egg, or created on a lab bench. Technically, though, that you'd get birth times in either case. But anyway, that's funny. Oh, card fell. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, geez, you really did fall. Do. So, Damian Williams. Linda saying FBI raided the New York City Police Union office. Yeah, this has been going on for a while. Kristen's really been on the, been sharing lots of headlines about that. I haven't really felt like I needed to read on it, but you guys let me know. So, Damian Williams, congratulations. How's it going to go for you? And should Rudy be worried? 108:30. He's got a, here, I'll share this because this is really good. He's got a beautiful layout. Damian Williams. Look. Isn't that nice? New York Times gave him a proper, that is a nice picture. Looks great. Good. All right. There. Damian Williams. Damian Williams. Whoa, cards are falling out. Oh, he's not a sit back and let things slide kind of guy. He is ambitious in a good way. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, you think you're sitting pretty. Rudy and other people who think they're wealthy and they can do whatever they want, they think they're sitting pretty. nay. Mm-mm. This man is going to make a name for himself. He just is. Yes, bravo, New York Times. Yeah, he's good looking. Yeah. 9 of Wands. Isn't really what I wanted to say about the guy, but yeah, he's that too. He's good looking, but he has great credentials. Just I could think about what a woman, if there was a woman who in that position, would we really say good looking? But I think we all know that we mean well. We're not being demeaning. We're just adding just a little slight compliment on top of appreciation of what he's done and the progress we've made as a country. And yeah, anyway. Hierophant. It doesn't even matter what the cards say. He's a go-getter. And he's going to go get him, whoever the bad guy is. 9 of Swords. People better legally worry. They better worry. There's the Chariot. He's not playing. This man is not playing around. 6 of Cups. And the place will be safer. It will be a safer place because there is heavy-duty law enforcement, and it feels like it's not let's go after and keep the riffraff off the street. It's like, no, we're going to make this better for everybody. I like him. He's dapper. Is it okay? He dresses nicely. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of that. It's not the first thing we said, and Dave had to get TiVo. Oh, the puppy dog. TiVo, a TREAT. What do you think, sweetheart? All right, now the sun's out again. There's no happy medium today. The light is just being a mess. Oh well. Okay. You mean the grown-ups are finally in charge? Oh, this guy? I'd watch my P's and Q's. I would dot my I's and cross my T's. There's card on bottom of the deck. Judgment. Yeah, I would not mess with this guy. Okay. 113. Rita had a question. Will Allison Russo be able to win a seat in Congress in her close Ohio election? There is a special election in Ohio on November 2nd, for those of you who do not know. And Allison Russo, she's a Democrat trying to unseat a Republican in a special election. Oh, well, Empress and Judgment. That's my card of election day. There we go. Hierophant right behind it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Mary said, as you said, we're going to make this better for everybody. The sun emerged after 4 days of complete gloom, a divine sign. I love it. Yeah, do not mess with him. And not in a horrible, he's an authoritarian way. Just, they're laws. And you haven't been following them, you're going to have problems. Anyway. Allison Russo. Susan Russo is an actress, yeah? Allison Russo in Ohio. Will she... Allison Russo in Ohio. I wish this energy was as clear. In fact, my arm's starting to hurt. Ow. Allison Russo. 2 cards just fell out there. That's odd. I keep hearing she shouldn't have done this. She shouldn't have done this. She shouldn't have done this. Two of Wands. Okay, that's communication, but it's usually by the far right. But let's see what we got. Seven of Wands, Page of Cups, and two cards for the ending. An Emperor and an Eight of Cups. Runoff? There seems to be some far right messaging that this ends up on the defensive because of it. This is a card of someone starting, like having a first term in their first term in whatever part of Congress they're going into. And here's an Emperor, but this is a lot of evidence and people voting for a Democrat. So these conflict. Rita says it's a very tough race. Oh, please vote. If you're in Ohio, please vote. I know it can be really hard to get out there, but Rita says the right is very upset with her. Well, she's a Democrat, isn't she? Michael Grant says, my parrot is watching Autumn and is enthralled with her cards. He wants Boo-Boo. What would he do to Boo-Boo? Well, Boo-Boo would run a mile. Oh, Mandy, yes, fingers crossed for your son to getting a full-time job. Congratulations. Allison Russo, 3 cards. Are you going to win? Five of Pentacles. That would be Republicans out in the cold if it happened. Tower. Moon. Strength. What happens if she wins? Is it going to be that big of a deal? That's 3 major arcana with Republicans out in the cold. And right beneath that, I've got a Magician and Judgment. Goodness gracious. What is happening here? Cover the news. WandaVision spinoff is in the works. It's an Agatha Harkness series. Cool. Okay, cheating. Ohio special election. Is it going to be cheating? I've got a Democratic win. It's hard fought. There might even be a runoff, but I'm getting there's something very shocking. It's like, really? I don't know what's going on there. So, 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Yeah, this feels like being a legislator. Usually this is law enforcement, but it feels like being a legislator. It's very stressful. That's what I'm getting. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. 1/20/30. Okay, Jean has a question. Will there be more insurrectionist violence, especially at state capitals? We just pulled 3 cards. Will there be more insurrectionist violence? And not just a lone wolf, but an actual. Thank you, Kim. Be more basically insurrectionist attacks. They're insurrectionist violence. New World is what it feels like. And in this deck, I think this is probably my favorite card. It's hard to see, but it's beautiful. Looks much better in person. Anyway. Emperor. Page of Cups. Knight of Wands. So yes, that's people fighting for the Emperor, the Orange Emperor, wannabe Emperor. But I've got the Page of Cups here. This just pushes more Democrats into power. And first-time Democrats into power. The more this stirs. So this isn't stirring that leads to chaos. This is stirring that just pushes more and more Democrats into power. I like it. As long as nobody's hurt. I sure hope you're correct. I do too. Well, thank you, Jean. Roland, my birthday is November 6th. Yes, and yes, indeed, I turn 50. So, and the theme is going to be 2071. 50 years in the future. I'm gonna have some friends on, and we're gonna read on join us. We're going to go into the future. No, I think actually, and the actual line for Trelawney was, come as we cast ourselves into the future. I think it's something like that. Anyway, 123. Nanette was asking, should we take Bannon seriously? But I read on that the other day, and I was getting a no. Take your crusty self and sit down. That's what I was doing. 120. Let's go 23:30. Jean was asking, will the pandemic be basically done by the end of January? Well, I don't know about done, but things got better. I'm going to refer to Andre from Astrology Alert on this, because he was saying when Jupiter went into Pisces earlier this summer, a lot of the COVID stuff started to wane. But then Jupiter went into retrograde and went back into Aquarius. And when it went back into Aquarius, things got worse. And now it's saying that, for what it's worth, in some places the crush on the hospitals is getting a little better. That might be because Jupiter's gone back just about as far as it's going to, because it's essentially, it's almost stationary in the sky from our viewpoint. So things are pretty intense. But on the 18th, when we get out of Mercury retrograde, Jupiter's coming out of retrograde too. I don't remember when it actually goes back into Pisces, but I want to say it's in end of December, something like that. So there's astrological stuff about the timing that I think is better than I'll pull 3 cards, but I think we should probably lean on that. the pandemic at the end of January 2022. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, we'll be getting some by the end of January, we'll have already, the spread that will come with Christmas will have had time to come into effect with people who actually catch it and do something about that. So by the end of January, Four of Swords, Judgment, Lovers. These are good. This is people getting the vaccine. This is families being back together. Better. I've got better energy here, and I'll take it. There we go. So, all right. 1:26:30. Since Nanette was asking, since DeSantis's wife's cancer diagnosis, I hope she recovers. Bless. Since DeSantis's wife's cancer diagnosis, will he change his views? Or change his views about masks specifically? But I'd be just happy with change his views to something less cruel. That would be awesome. DeSantis gonna grow, I don't know, some empathy. I'm trying to, it's like, I'm trying to reach, it's like DeSantis, I'm trying to reach, his empathy, and I'm getting that meme, which I won't say the whole thing because it's rude, and I'm getting, behold my field that is full of, paraphrasing, how much I care, and behold that it is bare. Yes. Hermit. Okay. Hierophant. So that's the government. Eight of Pentacles, right-wing workings. Devil, right in the middle. Yes. Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Pestilence. Come on in. Make yourself at home. Magician. Knight of the Far Right. Nope. No. Nope. Same old, fighting for the far right causes. Magician, he has the power because he's in the government and he works, and it's just all bad. Nope. Nil point. Thank you for playing. Yeah, Linda, there's no empathy from him. Oh boy. He is a sad individual. And if he wasn't killing people through his policies, I'd feel bad for him. But Mystic Dreamer says, I hope she beats the big C. She has small children. No, I'm sincere when I say that. I really do. I do hope she gets better. I hope she gets just back in the peak of health. Bless. Okay. 1:30. Elaine Chao. Cindy had an interesting idea. Is that better? A little. Sandy had a good idea, Sandy had an idea. We'll see how good we'll see how good the cards think it is. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but Sandy was wondering, Elaine Chao, Mitch McConnell's wife, will Elaine Chao be given a pardon in exchange for Mitch stepping down? It feels like a big no, but let's see. That's what the cards are for, to get past my conscious to Elaine Chao, will you get a pardon in exchange for Mitch stepping down? Six of Pentacles. Well, that would be quite the charity. Okay. Oh, a lovely breeze just blew through. Nice. Five of Swords, so insult to injury. Hanged Man. Two of Pentacles. See, think, what are these two things? So could that be an exchange? That's not an exchange. That's just very unsteady. And this Hanged Man, it could be, Mitch stepping down. No. This idea, it doesn't, the energy behind it doesn't feel solid. Let's get 3 more cards. Elaine Chao. Elaine Chao be given a pardon in exchange for Mitch stepping down. Moon. Oh no, there's all kind of upset coming. Oh, the stuff the select committee is going to uncover. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling legislators, House and Senate, being arrested. I'm serious. Oh man. Sun. 9 of Swords. 2 of Wands. No, there's too much else going on. No. And now it's gone again. It's like I got to look behind the veil for just a second there. And now it's gone too. Okay. Select committee's doing their thing and I've got good energy on them. But boy, for a minute there, that was beautiful. I wonder when it was. I don't brag about when I'm right, because I'd have to also talk about when I'm wrong, and I'm not here to do that. So I rarely bring up anything like, oh yeah, I was right about whatever, or I was wrong about whatever. But I'm curious when it was I was talking about. This was last December, where I was just getting these overwhelming feelings, these overwhelming sense of this huge crack forming in Congress, like the Senate itself, or maybe it's a House, but the Senate's easier to picture for me. And this massive crack forming right down the aisle, and the Republicans, it affecting them, and the Democrats like backing into the corner, like whoa. And just watching this blow. And then right around the same time, I was getting a mental image of a depth charge hitting the water. And it was going to sink and sink and sink and then blow up when it got deep enough. And I wonder if that's what this is about. But I don't know. I guess I could ask. Doxy Mom, I love the smell of indictments in the morning. Mm-hmm. Is that what this is about? Lovers. 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Chariot. It's not just the far right people on the defensive and freaking out, trying to point fingers at everybody else, but this is major law enforcement coming in And these are the real cultist true believers in some form of law enforcement. So maybe, because right behind it is a tower. So, oops. Well, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Okay, so at the tone in Chicago, it will be 1:48. Ding. At 4 o'clock here in Chicago, I will be over on the Book Art Media channel as usual. You are always welcome, and just come on over, bring your whatever your creative project is, and we sit down and we just do 4 25-minute time blocks, just focusing on whatever our creative projects are. It can be anything at all. You're always welcome. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. All right, because I'm here every day of the year. And thank you guys for being here. This is so wonderful because you are here. So thank you. All right. There are good days ahead. There are. And I'll see you tomorrow.